what I am about to share with you might make you feel a little bit upset, or it might even shake the foundation of your worldview. So before you stop the video, please hear me out. This is going to be about conventional and organic produce, and it will only take 5 minutes of your time, and it might change how you think or how you view this topic. I recently watched a clip from the Doktor Mark podcast in which he interviews one of the many health gurus, and they talk also about organic produce.
The average strawberry has been sprayed over a dozen times with 7.8 different pesticides.
What is the takeaway from that?
The takeaway is,
should I not eat strawberries?
buy organic strawberries because they won't have pesticides, especially if they're sourced
That's
well.
not true. They still have pesticides.
Organic technically means they're not produced with pesticides.
But there are organic pesticides.
It means technically no chemical pesticides. According to the USDA,
I love that Dr. Mike is pushing back here. He really does a good job, and he's one of my big heroes here on social media, always sticking with the facts and not getting sucked into the entire conspiracy or anti-science or science denial stuff that's also out. It's in both conventional and organic farming, extremely regulated how often you can spray and what you can spray. And yes, organic produce is also sprayed. That is probably one of the largest misconceptions that are out there. What they don't talk about in this podcast is that there are also certain chemicals, not just biological agents, but chemicals that can be sprayed and that are sprayed in organic farming. And those are, for example, sulfur and copper compounds that are used in all kinds of formulation in organic production. And we made a video about this, and I really encourage you to watch this. This video will pop up a couple of times. The bottom line here is, if somebody says organic strawberries are not sprayed, that is just not true. What also isn't true is that you don't find elevated pesticide residues on organic produce. There is a great study done a couple of years ago which compares all kinds of different produce groups, organic and non-organic, and it turns out that it is less likely to find elevated pesticide residues on organic produce, but it's very far from zero. You also find more about this in the same video. I really encourage you to watch this. There's an ice cream truck running around here. This is why you have a studio and not like just a living room. What can help here is to wash your produce. That is also scientifically proven. You should watch the video that I know for the third time, somewhere up here. It's all in there, right? The statements that say organic produce is pesticide free, it's not true on the practical side. Organic farmers do spray pesticides. And on the consumer side, you do find pesticide residues also on organic produce. The second large misconception is that organic produce is so much more healthier than non-organic produce. And that all hinges on the idea that productions of those health compounds, the flavonoids and the antioxidants, for example, are higher in production systems where you have more disease and more pests. But the reality is that those compounds are regulated by hundreds of genes and even more epigenetic factors, which means the reality of whether or not you find more flavonoids or more antioxidants in a strawberry is extremely complex. The blank statement that organic food is healthier than conventionally grown food is just not true.
I always want to give the most practical advice. When we say a strawberry has scary chemicals on it, and we say buy organic, and organic is more expensive, and not available in every area, as you know, with food deserts and all, and also has potential pesticides on it. I don't know if that's worth...
If it's practical.
If it's practical and also worth the time spent with the patient.
So now I want to go to the bigger picture here. And there are two bigger points that I want to make. So the one is that Dr. Mike mentioned already here is, in the big picture, strawberries, blueberries, other fruit are extremely healthy, and we made a video about this as well a couple of weeks ago. No matter how they're grown, their health benefits outweigh any perceived or real disadvantages they have. And I agree with Dr. Mike here fully. Your time would be a lot wiser spent to think and speak about other things with your doctor than organic versus conventional. I want to tell you why I think organic production is important, right? And that's a point that is almost always overlooked. The consumer are not the person who is at high risk. But you know who is? The farm worker. Every year, more than 60 farm workers die due to pesticide exposure or to unsafe handling of pesticides. And many, many more become sick, often chronically sick, without any health insurance or treatments. Those are the real victims. It's their lives that are more affected than yours. So to me, buying organic produce is not an issue of it being healthier than conventional or being afraid of some pesticide residues. It is an issue about the farm worker, the worker environment, and the natural environment in which the crops are grown. Is organic produce more healthy than conventional produce? Most likely not. Is it better for the worker, for the environment? It very well might be. I'm not against or for organic or conventional. I am for the facts. So this is it from me today. Subscribe, watch the video, hit the like button. I see you next time. I'm out.